There we go. All right, so what's on the screen now is replacing the practice of embedding quotes. So what we have currently on the screen, it says an example topic sentence. So I don't have a complete paragraph for you. I only have the first piece of the paragraph. But truthfully, that's all you need. Because what the embedded quote is doing is it is your supporting detail to prove your topic sentence. So can you please read the example topic sentence for us, Rosie Gutierrez?
Odysseus. So Hagman and Homer's strategy is inspiring, clever, selfless, and ultimately is their own status.
Okay, so we're going to prove how is this man heroic, and there's 3 examples that were provided for us. So, Eva, can you read the first embedded quote example?
After realizing he gave his 9 words are trapped in the cave, Odysseus inspired his men with encouraging words, so none would hang back from fear.
Okay, so we've got our citation, we've got our quote, and above that we have our transition, we have our lead-in. Out of curiosity, this particular example, what is it actually supporting in terms of the topic sentence? What element of heroism is this first quote proving?
That he's inspiring?
Yeah, Leo inspires his men. He's inspiring. Okay, how about that second embedded quote? Can you please read that one for us, Isaiah?
Equally important.
Odysseus
clearly cares about his men. When he lies to
policeman? There you go.
By stating that Poseidon turned Shaker's craftsmanship to pieces, wrecking bronze rocks that edge are Homer's grave.
All right, so there again, citation. There's our quote. Loud of you, we can tell that out. There's our transitional phrase, and there's our lead-in. Okay, real simple. With this embedded quote, what is the supporting detail trying to prove? What part of the topic sentence is it proving?
That's proving that Odysseus is helpless.
Absolutely. Selfish? He's caring about other men. Aside from himself. Selfish. Okay, so this is a pretty relatively easy concept, right? You see the 4 parts, you see them add up, and you got yourself a pretty sweet embedded quote, right? Not too shabby? Okay, not too hard. So now it's going to be your turn. In that area where you folks had on page 77, that number 2 scratched off, you're going to be writing examples of embedded quotes in that white space. Any questions about what you're writing there? Okay, so page 77, we've got this white space underneath number 2, right?
No.
Well, if you crossed it off, way to go, because I didn't say cross off the entire space. I just said cross off number 2. Now you get to figure out where you're going to write it. Well, once you figure out where you're going to write your info at, what's currently on the screen, ladies and gents, what's currently on the screen are the directions. Okay, now the embedded quote examples, they're exactly the same as the previous screen. I left them there in case you needed an example in front of your face of the 4 parts that make an embedded quote. But the directions up top are what you're paying attention to and what you'll be writing on page 77 as your examples. It says, using your choice of a man for soldier home, write 2 embedded quotations in the space on page 77 that prove why the men were heroic. So you can write one embedded quote specifically about the man, a different embedded quote specifically about private first-class Seegers, or if you want, you can stick with both embedded quotes being about one of those men. But you want to practice using those 4 elements that make that embedded quote. So having the transition, the lead-in, the quote, as well as the citation. So you've got about 4.5 minutes to work on making these quotes. Please ask questions if you have any.